court documents were unsealed on November 12th that for the first time explained what evidence investigators had uncovered. In the affidavit, we learned that on the night of October 6th, Brad allegedly accessed Suzanne's AT&T account and suspended her phone, making it impossible for her to make calls, receive texts, and other things like that. So the FBI forensic examiners said that Brad shut down his phone in a manner that is rarely seen, that they referred to as lockdown mode, which they described as a shutdown of a cell phone done by a person who wants to avoid detection. Now, this began at 11:09 on the night of the 6th and continued into the following day. And speaking of the following day, we ended up learning a ton about what he did on the 7th. Brad's geolocation data shows him arriving at the Home Depot in Bernie. He ends up buying some very suspicious items in cash. Now, these items include 2 bags of Quikrete cement, an orange Home Depot construction bucket with a lid, a box of 32-count heavy-duty trash bags, 1 30-ounce bottle of Clorox disinfectant spray, and insect repellent. But wait, there's more, because idiot over here goes up to someone in the parking lot of the Home Depot and asked them if they knew where the closest dump in Bernie was. And he was then directed to the Kendall County Solid Waste Site, which is about 10 minutes up the road. And if all that weren't enough, there was even more information in the affidavit. It turns out that during a search of Brad's Bandera property, they ended up finding a burn pit. And inside the burn pit, they found a laptop and 3 cell phones, all which are believed to belong to Brad. But when Brad was originally arrested, he had a different phone on him, and that phone was definitely searched. And when they did, get this, they found 2 notes in his note app, and here's what they said. One was titled "This Next Life," and then the other was titled "Last Will and Testament," where he apologized for assaulting Suzanne back in August of 2023 and for assaulting her on October 6, 2024, the night that she went missing. And the affidavit goes on to say another incredibly shocking thing, which I absolutely had to mention, which is that 2 months before she was murdered in August of 2024, Suzanne confided in her personal banker that if she went missing, to look for her in a lake. And there are several lakes in the Almost Park and Bandera area, so obviously the amount of evidence and circumstantial evidence here is pretty shocking, and things do not look good for Brad. And what's crazy to me is that even after all this has come out, he has continued to maintain his innocence.